use her, because then she'll die. But then she'll never level up anymore, and she'll stop being good. So now I'm at this impasse of I have no motivation to continue, because I finally have a good team that I ground up for hours and hours. And if things go wrong, if the dice go against me or anything, there's literally nothing I can do, and I just lose them and have to start over again. I know video games are a waste of time, but that feels like a waste of time. That goes against, like, my rule of time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time. If I'm literally just building up, like, cool shit to watch it fucking die, I guess you can beat the game. Sometimes. I don't know. I'm not even talking about make it, like, super easy. I'm talking about just make it where it's slightly hard to kill them off. So that's literally, yeah, you can build, like, the Super Vestal and the Super Crusader and all that, and over time, and it's a matter of if you fuck up, they die. Not if the enemies crit 4 times in a row, and your Vestal goes insane, and your doctor decides that she wants to poison your friends. Okay, thanks. I don't know. And then there was, like, I was still willing to hold on, but the hag fight broke me. Not because it was so hard, but because I was fighting her, and I was doing well, and I'm like, oh, she's captured one of my people in her cauldron. I'm going to smash the cauldron so she won't have that ability anymore, and then, you know, we can get on with this fight. So I pour everything into fighting, like, beating the fuck out of the cauldron to prevent the cauldron ability from being used again. And the cauldron just tips over, it doesn't actually break, and it recharges next turn. So that was completely pointless. And I said, I'm done. If you're gonna pull shit like this, where being tactical and, like, choosing to attack the cauldron over the hag for a few rounds is punished, I'm leaving. Because that game was not fun anymore, because it was basically just kicking you in the teeth for funsies, regardless of what you say or do. And that's not good game design to me. Like, that game would have been better if it let you destroy the cauldron, like, when... And it takes a lot to destroy the cauldron, by the way. This thing has, like, 80 health or some shit. So we had to hammer on it for, like, 3 rounds, with, like, my, rogue boiling alive in it the whole time. On fucking death's door. So everyone's going insane. I'm sitting here like, I just have to break this cauldron. If I can break this cauldron, it'll make this hag much easier to kill, and then we'll just get rid of her, and that'll finish the dungeon. And then I got, like, shit on for daring to even think that I could be tactical in this fight instead of just make big number and slap number with big number. And hope that dice let me slap number with big number.
Wait, commanding an undead is bonus action?
If you want to do it telepathically, yeah.
Ah, okay.
But why would you do that when you can just yell at them?
Because if you're doing something that's very stupid,
Well, yeah.
like zombies, they might not get the idea. This is why
yeah.
Freaky uses a lot of skeletons. Oh, and, when he does use zombies, he gives them very simple orders, like, grab that one, hit that one, stand here. Meanwhile, the skeletons are smart enough, you can say, like, attack formation beta, and they'll start doing, like, this whole stance and positioning thing, because you can actually train skeletons.
Fun.
because they're actually
That's
sentient.
totally why I chose skeletons.
No, it's not.
Freaky, I am your protege. I know everything you know
No, you don't.
about this. I am your
You're
protege.
full of shit.
It's you don't know everything I know, though. Like, you started the training and then just sort of flaked.
Freaky,
Damn.
I'm a main protagonist. You're all just side characters, and side characters are kinda. I'm high as fuck, bro.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm actually.
That means that all the main readings are onto you, so that's fine.
Oh, you know how I was talking about Spelljammer earlier? D&D's
Earlier?
Well, not earlier today, but like earlier this week.
No.
Or maybe this month. Either way, Spelljammer, which is D&D's like magical spacecraft thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, after much searching, well, completely failed search, and then meanwhile, while I was just reading up on Zariel for other reasons, it turns out the Nine Hells do, in fact, have infernal spelljammers. A lot of them, and they're huge.
Huh?
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, the Devils have, like, plane-jumping spacecraft.
Do they use them in like the Eternal War or whatever?
In the Blood War, I'd assume so, yes. They're usually used as dropships in the Hells, because they're these basically their entire like fortresses made of basalt, like hooked up to a jammer helm, so it's just a flying fortress that's just unleashing swarms of troops from the skies. And yes, they would use them to basically, because the Hells are always expanding. Like, they are the forefront of, like, planar frontier travel. Basically, like, if you read older editions of D&D, like, imps, there's actually a type of imp called a plague imp. It is specifically described as an imp who has been on too many exploratory missions to new planes of existence and acquired too many diseases and parasites from these unknown planes. So it's literally just, the Hells is just like reality jumping, just finding new settings, new crystal spheres, new planes where people don't know about Asmodeus, and spreading the word of Asmodeus, making Asmodeus more powerful, and able to collect souls from these new worlds. That's what Courtesy was doing here in this campaign.
Do the gods do that? Because that seems absolutely they would do.
To a degree, they do. That's sort of what a cleric's job is. That's probably why cleric gets plane shift.
Yeah, I feel like gods are more fucking hands off about their job.
They are. Like, one of the hugest complaints the Devils have about the Celestials is how standoffish, just hands off, like, I don't want to have anything to do with that, I can't directly intervene, they are. Like, in Infernal culture,
That's idiotic, isn't it?
Yeah, but you have to remember the Celestials. Okay. Good entities cannot do a bunch of evil things and still be considered good. Evil entities can do a bunch of good things and still be considered evil. It's a weird, like, double standard going on there. So the Hells, they have a bit more freedom with, like, what they can get away with in, like, doing their duty and upholding their values and things like that, because before the Blood Wars in general and all that, like all these other threats and these extra planar beings and the dragon cults and all that shit, it was very Warhammer 40k-esque, where it was law versus chaos. It was literally like the enemy was the far realm, and that's it. Just these forces of chaos and just maintaining the balance of the own universe. So before the far realm, it was just maintaining balance between law and chaos, and that was it. That was the only job the gods had, and that was all they had to do. But then, of course, the far realm beings, the aberrations came, and it started to become like, okay, well now there's this extra, dimensional chaos that we have to deal with, and that led to like a schism in the celestial heavens of like, well, how do we deal with this? What do we do about this? They're doing this, this, and this, so we can't do anything about that without like slaughtering innocent people and shit like that. Because it's like, oh, they're making thralls of commoners, and we can't fix them, and they're killing people. Do we just kill these enthralled commoners? That's a bit morally gray. We're lawful good angels of Mount Celestia. We can't be morally gray. And Asmodeus is starting to get kind of pissed off about that, decides he's gonna, start his own Mount Celestia with blackjack and hookers. And that leads into, like, the whole Asmodeus falling and, like, going to the, like, war-torn, destroyed lands of Baator and taking them over and founding the Hells and all that crap. Of course, Asmodeus is also kind of insane and wants to basically take over everything, control everything, and instill true law and order in the universe through subjugation. That's the Hells.
Asmodeus. The game was rigged from the start.
It is rigged from the start. Like, Asmodeus is playing so many fucking hands right now. Asmodeus wasn't.
Why?
Alright,
what's the disadvantage of
I'm gonna grab something to eat. I'll be right back.
Okay, go ahead, Ghost.
Yeah. What's the what part is like damaging their fucking image if they help with the Hells fight?
The fact that requires, like, gruesome slaughter of a bunch of things that may or may not want to be evil in the first place, but are anyway, first of all. There's also the corruptive nature of demons. Demons can basically make people act irrationally and things like that, like play on emotions and turn an innocent man into a murderer against his will and things like that. So then it goes into, like, the Angels of Mount Celestia. Well, what do we do? Do we punish this person who was mind-controlled into murdering a family of 4? If we don't punish them, justice isn't served. That's not right. If we do punish them, they were forced to. That's also not right. This is a morally gray area. We can't be involved with that. We're the lawful, good, infallible, perfectly clean, sparkly angels.
What about, like, the god of the tricksters? Got a fucking.
Those
God, what is it called? What is it?
Like, what, the chaotic good gods and stuff?
Bing bong. I'm sure they're like too.
They
probably don't care.
It's being a bit more fleeting. Actually, yeah, that's exactly chaotic good is. Those gods are usually much more fleeting. It's very, like, they're incredibly hands-off, because if they're too hands-on, they bring too much order and they deny their portfolio. But if they're too hands-off, everything falls apart completely, because too much chaos is a bad thing, and their portfolio falls apart. So they have to sort of play this weird limbo dance of, I help you, I not help you, I leave you to die, I save you. Neutral good is usually the best at actually getting jobs done, but they also have to maintain a moderation, so they can help but not too much. Neutral good is where you find, like, well, we can't get involved with the blood war because that's kind of fucked, but we can provide weapons to the blood war, and we can send token soldiers to the blood war. You'll find neutral good deities doing that a lot, like supplementing the devil's forces, like giving them, like, a few troops and giving them weapons and things like that. and that's how they help. Lawful good usually say, I can't be involved. I wash my hands of this. And chaotic good are sort of... They usually don't want to be involved. Some do, like these Guardian ones will actually send like war bands and troops because they want to be involved in the fight, but it usually ends up being too gruesome for them per se, because Ysgard and all that's about glorious battle and the like. It's about, you know, glory of felling foes and telling stories and being great warriors, haha. The Blood War is not beautiful. It's not glorious. It's not nice. You don't just rush in and slaughter a bunch of demons and be the Doomslayer and it's really cool. It is a dirty, ugly business of, like, just sucking dick you shouldn't be sucking and slaughtering innocent people to cause the demons to flood into an area just so you can carpet bomb that area and just all sorts of, like, deals and shady shit going on in the background and, like, triple agents and shit like that. It's dirty business. It's not a glorious battle. It's trying to, like, trick and manipulate and just outplay each other, and then eventually it comes down to two huge armies duking it out on a bombed out wasteland till there's nothing but a pile of gore left and like 4 guys.
Hey, speaking of alignment, I'm gonna change the topic from the house, because
Yeah.
I feel
You
we talked too
asked.
much about that. What are you talking about?
Freaky knows too much about the hounds.
What do you think Kale's alignment is? I'm stuck between like lawful neutral and lawful good. By stuck, I
Kale.
mean I keep changing it by his actions.
I mean, so Kale. Wait, Kale. My brain is dying right now. Okay, Kale's
You just
in...
talk.
Yeah, Kale's in, Realm of the Frostmaiden. There we go. My brain.
You just talk like a fucking essay's worth of the hells. What do you mean your brain's dying?
Because I can only focus on 1 or 2 things at once, and my ability to change gears rapidly is not functioning right now. Where the fuck is William?
No idea.
Great. But, so Kale... Would Kale knowingly jump face first into danger to help another, knowing it would not help him at all and it might hurt those he cares about?
Define another.
Family of 4 about to be eaten by a troll.
Oh, a troll.
Knowing full
Brings
well
on.
that you will get nothing from this happening because it's some weird ashen fire troll that'll just burst into flame and leave no loot afterwards. It's a poor family. The party is already injured from another fight and kinda low level for something like that. Would you still jump in?
Well.
Oh, guess I gotta change.
I feel
One.
like
It's
I'm
at
a
that
good,
moment
it's a good 50-50 shot of victory but you get nothing, or defeat and you die horribly. You get nothing
feel
but
like-
saving the family.
I feel like what he would do is state like the pros and cons of helping this family, the pros and cons of not helping this family to the party, and then let the party's de jure leader decide.
No, that's not... We're trying to figure out Kale's alignment here. What would Kale do? Okay, no
but
party.
that's what he would.
Okay, no party, it's just Kale. Before meeting the party, it's just Kale. He can... It's not... Let's say it's not troll, it's an orc war chief. You could probably take that alone.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
could
a wizard.
probably
I say could. It's
fight,
like
but
it's a 50-50 shot of either you die horribly or you win and get nothing but the gratitude of the family.
yeah, probably not gonna kill it. He's gonna leave some room for the family to escape, then escape himself. If he doesn't, if he ran out of spells and all he could do is fireball, like what the fuck is happening in the Frostbitten right now?
Yeah, but okay, so he would. So he would partake in altruism. Would Kale willingly go on a long-ass mission of immense danger to help someone because... no, let's... Oh, okay, here. Kale finds a spell. He finds an immensely powerful spell. It's like a 3rd level spell, but it's about as good as a 5th level. But it's about as good as a 5th level spell. But Kale, as a wizard, you know the spell is forbidden by Mystra. It was wiped from history. But it's a really good spell. Do you still use it? Or do you destroy it?
I'm imagining the spell as like command or summon X creatures, like with immense powers, something like that.
it's
Summon a whole
something-
platoon of them or something.
It's something he really wants.
I think
The
he
spell-
will.
He would
The
use
spell
it
is
or
summon
he'd destroy
fireball.
I think he will use it.
He'll use it. Okay, so that goes against like law and order.
Oh, I feel like he would research on it first, but eventually probably use it depending on the circumstance.
Welcome Anti Unique. Might you meet the cast at some point? Well, we're still waiting on some people. We just have Ghost and Astro and Comical here right now.
Astro, get in the fucking game.
Yeah, Astro, get in the
What's
game.
up?
Stop playing Risk of Rain, you fucking potato. Yeah, potato. That's right. But
Hey, Freaky.
Potato.
Hmm?
Potato.
Are monsters, the monster drink, right? Because Astro's being a little bitch about it. Is Monster a Gen Z drink or like a boomer / millennial drink?
It's a millennial / Gen Z drink.
Get fucked.
I mean, technically we're both right.
Yep.
Because it didn't exist in Boomer era. It might be like a Gen X to Zoomer drink. It's been around a good bit.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
late
talking
Gen
like,
X.
whose iconic drink is it?
Millennials.
Yeah, get fucked, Astro. You're fucking
Okay.
wrong.
Okay.
Well, you see, Anti-Unique, I have to hate on because it's game time. He's not supposed to be playing Risk of Rain. He's supposed to be getting ready for D&D and organizing his sheet and familiarizing himself with his spells and abilities, so that he doesn't forget in the middle of the fight. Astro, remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Astro. Yeah, Astro. Well, quick question. Fast answer this. Quick. Fuck. Answer it.
What are you trying to say?
He came.
What's Clunker doing in his free time or so? In his if we have downtime, what is Clunker gonna do? That's because that's the usual question. When I make my newer characters currently, because they would have to have a goal besides adventuring.
Well, right now he's trying to figure out how he doesn't have to be a chosen one anymore. He wants out.
He's 14 and shit got too real.
Yep, exactly.
I thought
14, shit got too real. He knows he's a chosen one. Like he asked, he's like, "Am I actually a chosen one?" Like, yeah, you are. It's like, fuck.
But like, people are dying,
I mean,
man.
you never consulted with your fucking best friend, man. Who knows? Maybe Ghost has this whole about it when in that scenario.
It's because Devil Mom left.
I don't.
Yeah, Devil Mom was.
He doesn't like new murdery Snake Mom.
No.
Mostly because he
He
didn't
likes
know
Devil
that
Mom.
Devil Mom was also murdered.
I sometimes even forget Lutheria is a girl.
You know, this character is like half tossed together because I literally had to build her on the fly during creative block because it was like, oh, Odyssey the Dragon Lords? Okay, I have zero motivation to play the character I planned. We'll just throw in courtesy for a bit because I've already played last and one of your games we're not allowed to repeat, so I'm just going to play not last, but totally last.
What do you mean no repeats?
Yeah, William doesn't allow repeats in his games, remember?
Yep. William's game.
Oh,
Yeah, William
that's
has
it.
basically doesn't play repeat characters.
It's only an Archon.
No.
No, it's
All
in his
games.
games. He's already done Curse of Strahd.
Oh, that's fair.
I mean, I question the fairness of it, but anyway, so yeah, I decided like, oh, you know, I'll play not last for a bit. And then that bit came and went, and I got motivation to like finish Eleutheria's character, and I'm like, okay, cool, that'll do. Now it's time to do the art. Now it's time to do the art. Now. Oh, it's game time. Okay, fuck. Quick, grab this from the reference images.
Damn. Have you tried searching the art on Google like the rest of us?
No, because I have artistic capability and I refuse to not use it.
Fair enough.
I mean, for
Oh,
a
I got
bit,
something
because
else.
Well, what is this? What is it I have here? Oh, what is that? Is that a picture of a Roman cavalry helm instead of an actual character art? There you go.
no.
Yeah. Do I spot a Roman cavalry helm? A fine brass mask and helmet.
Hey, Astra. You know
What's
what's really cool, Astra?
What's really cool?
You know what's really cool, Astra?
What's really cool?
What's
Geo.
really cool is you haven't filled in your text yet for tomorrow.
Oh, I forgot to tell
You
you guys.
dumbass.
I can't. I won't be able to join you guys tomorrow. I've got a camping trip, which I was told about yesterday.
Have you tried to who's William's the DM and he's missing anti-unique. We believe he
No,
may
really
have
is.
fallen asleep.
You're
Yeah, probably.
sounding kind of gay right now, Astra.
Actually, here, let me see if I can summon him. I'm going to try to
Just
summon William.
I've been drinking a lot of
He's got
water.
the-
There we go. Ding bong, wakey wakey, William. I'm calling you. I'm calling your phone right now. There's a ringing sound. If you're wearing your headphones in your sleep, wakey wakey. Alright, there we go. Maybe that worked. I'm back. I've attempted
Is
the
he awake?
summoning. No, I tried calling him to see if it would wake him up with the ringing sound. We'll find out soon.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's really up to you. So I'm just making the joke here that you haven't done it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's up to
I
you.
don't know. But yeah.
I forgot Utheri had really good fucking stats. Now, at least. The fucking headband of intellect. Nope, 6.
You've like kind of split between not liking it and then liking it.
It was because I didn't like having 6 intelligence when my character's supposed to be a fucking military commander.
I know.
Yes.
LC.
Yes. Our captain of 100 men is illiterate. How did this happen? I didn't much care for that.
His dice.
Like, I would... These stats are fucking outrageous, the ones I have right now. They're actually really good. But it was that 6 intelligence. I would gladly have lowered other stats to make that intelligence less ridiculously low if William had let me. Like, it was just I didn't like that my character was fucking illiterate against my will.
He probably didn't let you because it's on intelligence, and intelligence is easy to get up with headband of intellect or something.
That's...
But that doesn't make sense for the backstory.
Yeah, it's also counter to the character build. But I had to put the 6 into intelligence, because if I put it literally anywhere else, it would cripple my build's ability to actually fight.
What about charisma?
I considered it, but it turns out you actually need charisma to maintain an army in D&D mechanics. Because if you don't have it, your troops will fucking turn around and murder you because you looked at them wrong. So, yes, if all of the checks to ensure troop morale, make sure your orders are followed, and prevent, like, desertion weren't all charisma checks, I would have gladly put the 6 into charisma.
I mean, troop morale can be, like, helped with strength and intelligence, because it's also, like, respect.
One issue
and,
with
the competence of...
The problem is that
What?
you need your soldiers to actually believe that you know what you're doing. Because 4 or 5 people can understand that you know what you're doing and trust you. Trying to get 100 people to keep an attention span during a battle that you know what you're doing, even though people are dying, that's not something you can do with logic and respect, really. Well, respect can go a long way with it, but it's not everything. The problem is D&D mechanics, Ghost. It's all fun and games until the DM says, okay, roll a persuasion check to, keep your troops in line as they consider deserting the mission.
Freaky, we can do what we always do, pressure the DM into a sense of guilt, and then make them say, you know what, fuck you, whatever, alright, fine.
How about I hate fucking doing that? How about the fact that I really hate it every time that goes down, because I'm trying to fucking play the game right, but the game keeps bending us over and fucking us with mechanical arbitration that doesn't make sense. It's like, oh, are you not very wise? That also means you're blind. What? Yeah, you're blind.
What?
What do you mean? You're blind because you're not very wise. So young people have worse sight than old people? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What if I want to be a very willful and stubborn character? Oh, you need high charisma for that. But willful and stubborn doesn't mean social skills. No, you need high charisma for that.
Yeah.
Okay,
what should perception be put into? I feel like that should be, like, not an ability check. What
they should do is they should probably rip out, like, they need like a sort of senses thing, so take, I guess, your ability to take in, yeah, I guess you take perception, insight, and investigation, and put them into a new stat called senses, is something you would do, is one way.
Yeah.
Charisma, wisdom, and will, and charisma and wisdom need to be separated from the willpower aspects and turned into a new stat called willpower. So yeah, wisdom needs to, and then you take wisdom and merge it with like what's left of wisdom and what's left of intelligence, and merge them together into mind. So now your mind stat is your ability to do the brain thing. It's your ability to have academic knowledge as well as to have worldly wisdom. And you have a new willpower stat that stands your ability to, resist mind control and make willpower checks and cast sorcery, magic, and things like that. You make charisma actually just charisma, where it's like your physical attractiveness and your what is it called? Persuasive capability and
You're hot and you talk good.
Yeah. It's, I mean, to be fair, you can go old not 3.5, old, like, 2nd edition, have, like, comeliness as some stat. But, basically, the stat system of 5th edition is pain, and it forces your character to be good at and bad at a lot of things they should not be good at and bad at when you want to be good at and bad at specific things.
Didn't they do like the rolling system good in Call of Cthulhu?
I don't know, I've never played Call of Cthulhu.
I've been planning on getting the rulebook for it. But it does have...
Just search.
Like, I know the basics of it, but yeah, it just has a ton of different skills, and you have stats in those skills, and you also have general stats that are separate. Like, so your general stats are completely separate from your skill stats. So you can be good at, though I think they do have some effect on it, then I'm not sure. But, for example, you have, like, spot hidden, which is perception.
Yeah. I'm aware of, like, that, where it actually does, like, a sort of... Again, 3.5 used to do it, and they used to do it in older editions. Like, they had, like, move quad... Like, stealth was not just stealth. There was also move silently. Like, there's hide or move quietly. So that was nice. But,
Wizards gotta market it to the normies here, man.
yeah, and they definitely couldn't put out the big book of optional rules for the people who aren't normies to add to their 5th edition game. No,
Oh, but that needs too much effort.
Yeah, we need to put out dating sim rules instead. That's what we need. We need Strixhaven. No, we don't need expanded rule sets. We don't need, like, the second half of the game to be finished and balanced properly. No.
We need high school, the very thing most people playing D&D are trying to escape.
Let's go!
Yeah. Who needs epic level content and, like, reasons for DMs to run games after level 11 when we could put in D&D high school? Yeah.
I wonder if William has that book. I want to use it.
Strixhaven? I don't know.
He does.
Yeah. He does?
William
He has, like,
spends
every book.
so much money on this game.
I don't remember us using that feature.
Stop complaining.
Like
we get to leech off of his spendings.
Yeah, which is
yeah.
goddamn
What if I
William.
did see
The
some
mad
stuff?
lad.
He's killing and swooping.
Yeah, fuck it. He's really taking one for the team.
Something tells me it wasn't for the team and so much as for his... oh yeah, he does have Strixhaven. There it is. Strixhaven mascot. But I think it's less
You
for
know,
the team and more for his shopping addiction that he had before he met us.
It's mental.
Yeah, no, but I know. So
Yeah, he has a
We're
lot of nice.
encouraging,
very convenient
and
for us.
and we're encouraging it.
We're
Except
bad
for
at it.
Our
Freaky.
friend has a problem, and we're encouraging
Yeah,
it.
I tell everyone to stop fucking spending money. Like, what the fuck? How you guys have money?
Well, you see,
We're children. We don't pay rent.
Yeah,
Well, except for Ghost.
well, you see, I have this debit card,
I work.
and apparently it fills up every week.
Yeah, meanwhile, I go to work and fucking hurt myself on a burning hot factory floor moving boxes all day, every day, and all I get to show for it is being hungry most days and living in a shitty place in a tiny room in a trailer.
Yeah, you must have your debit card fixed, man. Mine just fills up per week.
Yeah. Well, mine got stolen recently,
No.
so, you know, on top of my
Alright,
other
fuck.
problems. Yeah.
Sore subject.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ghost.
Anyway. But, what was I saying? God damn it. You detracted me with my poverty, Ghost. God fucking damn it. You're talking about
Oh.
D&D. Why is Eleutheria so poor? Oh, wait, I know why she's so poor. Never mind. I'm not playing someone who can money.
You're so used to playing rich people.
Yeah, I love the economy builds. Like, good
Oh,
old
shit.
Fortune. Good old Fortune
I'm
with her
poor.
inability to fight effectively, but able to make money. I miss Mr. Kret already.
I only have
Kret was... Kret... it's been so long since I've played Kret. Good old Movencius
you gotta play him in an urban
It's been a
setting.
session.
Oh yeah, like, he'd be so good in, like, Dragon Heist.
It's been one session since you guys played him.
Exactly. You don't seem to understand.
Fred is like Freaky incarnate.
No, that's last.
Fair. Kret's close though.
To be fair, Kret and Last are Freaky incarnate. They both come very naturally to me. They both come to me so naturally, I actually am acting out their mannerisms as I'm voice acting them in game. Like, if we ever played in person, you guys would see how Last and Mr. Kret actually move and their facial expressions that they usually make. You'd be able
It'll
to...
be fun to play in person sometime.
Yeah, you'd be able to taste the smug. Yeah. You'd be able to see Mr. Kret sneer at you when you do anything destitute.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Sneers richly.
I hear South America is pretty chill right now, especially from the war. Are they chill? Hold on. I think some
Not if Russia decides to
country
butt fuck
attack.
them with nukes.
I have no idea.
But they're
How did we
neutral.
get here?
Anyway,
Playing in person.
Let's go.
Those
Let's
keep
move
bringing
away
this up.
from like war. Back
Uh,
to playing in
Let's
person.
go to
Bringing this
South
up.
Africa. Yeah, South Africa is actually pretty urban.
But yeah. I mean, 5th edition tries to touch on, like, the idea of being good at skills that your stat says you shouldn't be with, like, proficiency bonus. The problem is proficiency bonus stays small for very... It sounds good on paper. Like, having, like, a low charisma, but using proficiency to pad that. Until you realize you're going to be sitting there with a +0 or a +1 or a +2 for 2/3 of the game. Because games don't go to level 20 where you get that sick +6 to your proficiency bonus. They don't do that. The game reaches like level 11 and the DM says, and that's the story, and closes the fucking book. And then the game's over. And you're like, what? But my character was supposed to be good at charisma, still never did anything good at charisma. Well, he should have had higher charisma. But
Fine, fuck you. I'm gonna start my own plot.
It's that, but then that rings hollow because when you're DMing, you can't like play and explore a character properly. Because like DMing is working in the established. You know how things are going. You know who is who and what is what, and how they will be and how everything will be. That is DMing, to a degree. Sometimes you do improvise things, but for the most part, you know, like, who this character is, where they're going, what they're supposed to do, what their relevance to the world is. You have to plan that out, otherwise you get, like, this mess NPC. When you're playing a character, you're actually exploring that character. You, or at least I am, to me, like, the moment I use a character as an NPC, it sort of spoils that character. Because, for instance, Mr. Kret. I didn't know who Mr. Kret was before I played him. Same thing with Snake Witch. Didn't know who she was before I played her. Fortune. Didn't know who Fortune was before I played her. I write bullet points. I just write a good 4, maybe 5 bullet points of who this person is. And then from there, I use those bullet points as reference, and I improvise. And whatever gets improvised, if I like it, it gets canonized. And events that take place in the game affect the character's true canon in the long run. So, for instance, Fortune is appearing in the Spelljammer game that I'm in as a backup. Because how could I not in a Spelljammer setting? And the events of Archon have actually been, like, NPCs and events from Archon have been canonized. So this Fortune, who is older and is meant to be higher level, is from a post-Seagog events type of timeline. Yolair exists. The NPC of Yolair was not something Freaky told to William. The Steelvanes being on the edge of becoming a noble family was not something Freaky told to William. The Steelvanes being eligible to be a noble family at all was not something Freaky said. I gave William free rein to fuck around and find out. And those things got canonized. Fortune being, like, formally adopted into the Steelvanes clan was not something Freaky planned. That was something William did, and it has now been canonized within, like, the character of Sarah Skalstat.
Cohen wasn't supposed to have a wife.
Yeah. But if you ever play Cole in another game, will he have a wife back home?
Yes.
Same prospect. Because you don't know who that character is or where they're going until you play them.
Yeah, Orion just started as a fucking Mustang reference.
Yeah. Oh, Astro, you and your joke characters.
Yeah, make a political figure for once, God.
No, my joke characters end up being oddly serious, and as time goes on.
Orion's going well. Like Leak Man and Bartholomew or some.
Leak Man does not.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Bartholomew was fun though.
Yeah,
like
true.
I think Bartholomew was my.
He's great. He's great for one shots.
As far as joke characters go, that stayed joke characters, Bartholomew's the most fun by far. He's the most fun to play. Yeah,
you made him too young.
I like Gertbert. Yeah,
you should.
I like Gertbert, but he's too dumb. He's
too dumb to live.
But if he makes him like older, I don't think they'll let you play a frost giant.
Yeah, you might have to like do a conversion with Gertbert, maybe make like a Goliath or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Like the idea of Gertbert was Like Gerper was actually just initially just a one-shot character. He wasn't meant to
Yeah.
be.
You played a one-shot character in Rhyme?
Yeah.
Astro recklessly plays one-shot characters in full campaigns for funsies.
Yeah.
And sometimes it works.
And sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like Gerper, not Gerper, Bartholomew worked fantastic.
Yeah, Bartholomew was fine.
Like, if I'm ever going to play a joke character in a serious game, Bartholomew's the way where I'm going.
I mean, Leak Man would be pretty good for another one-shot.
Oh,
The
yeah.
difficulty is getting the Oath of Leaks allowed by a DM.
Most of the
The
DMs I
problem-
play with are really chill, so...
Oh, like, I got to play Leak Man in your stead at some point. I was like, what is this? Leak for one? Why have you never used this, Astro? I'm using this. So, haha, I used Leak for one before you.
What was it again?
Leak for one.
Or what did it
Crazy
do?
giant leak.
It makes the giant leak come up out of the ground and do bludgeoning damage and launch the character into the air, knocking them prone.
Oh! Why did I use that?
Yeah.
You fucking
Just like-
dumbass.
Why
Feel the might of the leak!
Yeah.
Raises his hand and a giant leak sprouts from the ground.
Why didn't you use the Great Lord Sword Dance? God damn it.
I think it's probably because like that's the time where Astro wanted to take a break. Take a
Ah.
break.
No, that
Oh,
when I took a
away
break was
with
with
us.
Bartholomew. Fuck you,
Ah.
Ghost.
I
To the past.
was
Let's
so
go
sad.
upstate.
I was kind of sad. It was weird. I had like this weird feeling when DM William like had no banished from Barovia. 'Cause I was having so much fucking fun with no. The good old Queen's Guard with the spooky skeleton.
You know?
And I
You know, it's like one of your only characters I'd let destroy the world.
Oh, you just you
Who?
like to know. Apparently,
Yeah.
Malcolm enjoyed the
Oh,
Queen's
yeah.
Guard.
Yeah.
This one does not understand why you are fighting. Why do you not simply kill each other
Wow.
if you disagree?
The problem with Weak Man and Curse of Strahd is that he got killed.
Yeah. Don't worry, Astro. Leak Man's body is being put to good use.
You know, I was waiting. Leakman was really fun for the first handful of sessions. After a little bit, he stopped.
Yeah. He's a one-shot character. You play him for like
Yeah.
mini campaigns and one-shots. You don't play him for
Yeah.
full campaigns.
Yeah, this made me really appreciate like Bartholomew because he was a joke character, but he worked out really well, and I never stopped having fun playing with him.
Yeah, and that's how it goes sometimes. Like, I had...
Yeah.
His Majesty Sir Principality Decius Ox Esquire. The most Disney Prince Charming and shining armor I could possibly make. He was fun for half of one session. And I have never played him again since. And I have put his character folder in the vault.
I feel like that stereotypical lawful good is only good for joke characters.
He was neutral good.
Well, he seemed like lawful good.
No, he was neutral good.
I mean, neutral good is like more good than lawful good,
Sort
depending
of.
on how you play it.
It's more effectively good, but it's not more
Yeah.
statistically good, if that makes sense. Like
Mhm.
Cedric is neutral good. Fortune and Archon is neutral good right now.
Like neutral good is just an altruistic person.
It's someone who's looking out for themselves, but doesn't want to hurt anything around them. Basically, it's someone who's
Oh,
very carefully looking after themselves. It's like I want things to work out for me and mine, but I don't want to hurt anyone doing it.
interesting.
Yeah, lawful neutral could technically be considered that as well. But neutral good is sort of like a more good lean, so like you could be pushed to do something that does not benefit you at all now and again, but it would be considered a strain to you to do so. If you're like that's if you're lawful neutral, it's like that. If you're neutral good, it's less of a strain, but it's not your default go-to. Some alignments are closer than others to each other. Like, lawful neutral and neutral good are very similar alignments. They're very close to each other.
How?
As far as how their effective place in the world. Because, like, if you take a lawful good commoner and put him next to a, lawful neutral, or a neutral good commoner and a lawful neutral commoner, and you compare their lives, both of them pay their taxes and, and go to work and invest in their community. They live very similar lives and do very similar things.
What alignment would you make someone who's like is a good person but has a fucked up morality?
It depends on what you mean by
basically
fucked up.
Orion.
Orion,
Like he's a good person, but he'll kill someone without a second thought.
That is an interesting one. So he's very much a just following orders, but the problem is I've seen him just follow orders for people that have no actual legal authority. It's just people he likes and trusts, i.e. Fortune.
Yeah.
That puts him in the neutral area, not the lawful area. Fucked part is, could say he's the type of neutral evil, because he did not ask any questions about that killing of a clown. Which could have been just an innocent commoner for all he knew, but he had no questions or reservations. He just said, "Where is this clown?" Might need to consider giving him an evil alignment.
Fun.
Okay, he turned out to be a demon.
That actually just makes me think of a video, a D&D horror story I heard, where like a character was playing an evil alignment, but they don't act explicitly evil.
Yeah.
But then the DM looks at the paladin, points to this guy's character and says, "He's evil."
Was this 3.5 where detect alignment is a thing?
I don't know. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is, I think.
Okay, did the paladin cast detect alignment?
No. The
then
DM
fuck
just
that DM.
pointed at, and later on that DM went on to actively target that guy's character, and it was fucked. And then that player killed his entire party as revenge.
I think I've heard this story. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good story.
Yeah, it's the idea of like evil does not entirely mean threat to the party. Like Last.
Yeah.
Last is evil as fuck. That doesn't mean he's gonna kill all of you. Granted, if you don't know how to say no, like certain people in the party, you might lose your soul. But that doesn't
Axel.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
And you say Axel, but also
yeah, also a lot of people.
Like you.
Yes.
Me, yes.
Clunker.
Yeah, good old Clunker who sold his soul to courtesy.
Yep.
Astro, I want to see your character take. Astro, I want to see one of your characters take charge of us for a change, because I feel like most of your characters have been the only.
I don't build leaders. I build followers.
Well,
I'm a shit leader.
One.
I'm a shit leader.
I'm a shit leader, and I made Kale.
Yeah. Doesn't mean you can't shit on Astro.
Fair enough.
You said Hair Doctor's accent was terrible and not worth doing, yet it ended up being not terrible and worth doing.
Fair.
Yeah.
Alright.
Maybe Fuki's tired of being like a team dad or team mom or whatever character I'm playing at the time.
Hey, you guys want the good doctor to lead the party?
No. Yeah,
No.
maybe I want.
No.
Maybe I didn't want Teal to end up leading the party half the time in Rime of the Frostmaiden, and maybe I wanted Teal to go off and cause trouble now and again and not have to be responsible. But then again, I also couldn't do that because it turns out the map and setting of Rime of the Frostmaiden, the module, does not match the lore written on fucking Forgotten Realms wiki of the Icewind Dale. So all the roving tribals are missing, and all the smaller villages between the 10 towns are missing, and for some reason the 10 towns are all infinitely closer together than they used to be.
I play a paladin that can't be a leader because he's not knowledgeable enough on anything in this new world.
God, what the fuck happened to Ruan? Why doesn't he know what a fucking cat is? I don't know.
He knows what a cat is.
Good.
No. I feel like your character's role fucking I said Roland. Conkle, Ruan has some room to grow in terms of like character development. But you gotta be fuck, how do we say this? I don't know. It feels like characters feel the same mostly.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't know.
sorry.
It's alright. I'm sick right now. I don't really feel much pain. Also already know that.
He'll feel pain later, and then he'll take
He-
revenge.
Comical is on that morphine grind.
Sure.
Hey, Comical, have you ever took opium before?
No.
I'm sorry. You want no.
I've been like 2 plates of pork chop and drank like three bottles of water. Like in an hour because I'm that far off.
Hey, Astro, you want to make a communist?
Why not?
If you are trying to like make a leader, especially like a political figure, you gotta get into the ideals a bit.
I could try making Orion more of a leader.
What is it with everyone wanting to like set off a communist revolution in D&D? You are the third person who I've met trying to do that, Ghost.
You
And
know,
I'll be the fourth.
not my original intention making him a communist, but the more I see like the backstory of Salem, I was like, oh, shit, this sounds like a communist.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, you know what?
If that
Yeah.
happens, it happens. I was just surprised it happened 3 times.
It's
But
also fun,
Yeah.
like, to give ideals to the characters, like
It
what they
is.
believe in.
yeah, despite the great pain Moors caused all of you, it was very fun to play Moors and her crazy ideals.
Like, if you don't know, Kale is a
What are you talking about?
fascist.
Spark had a good time.
I believe
Had a
it.
great time.
Yeah, Kale is a fascist, but like he doesn't have the power to be that chaotic to start a revolution right now.
And Teal's an anarcho-primitivist.
Anarcho-liberal.
What?
I guess.
Anarcho-liberal. Something like that.
It's, well, no, primitivist, because Teal likes, you know, things to be simple, easy to mess with. Not a big fan of industry.
Is that an actual idea?
Yeah, it usually refers to someone who does not like great industry or technology. And have you not found it strange that Teal keeps living in, like, cabins in the woods and shit like that? And why even in, like, her own fucking realm where she controls everything, she still lives in the middle of nowhere in a fucking castle made of ice.
I mean, it's a castle.
It's made of ice. It's more of a fortress.
It's a castle. The infrastructure is...
Yeah, it's like a utilitarian fortress. What I'm saying is, Teal would not be a big fan of, like, mega metropolises like Waterdeep. Wouldn't want to be there. Terrible place. Too many people. Isn't very happy with how big Bryn Shatter is.
Destroy it.
Maybe. If it gets too big.
You get Meteor Swarm in 9th level.
Oh, please, Ghost. She'd use change weather and freeze everyone to death and kill their crops.
So Frostmaiden.
Yeah, except actually properly done, because for some reason all the crops aren't dying and everyone's still alive.
She's doing it really slow.
Yeah. No, Teal will do it in like weeks. And probably clog the roads with hostile undead so they can't even get trade. Freeze the ocean so no ships can come in. You know, just starve them off. Wait until there's not many people left. Then let those who want to leave, then destroy the city itself, and then let people creep on back in to start over again. And then extort them for offerings. As things should be.
So Astra, let's say you're making this, or you're implementing this character idea in Archon, right? Point out some problems in society, and then maybe make around that. Kale's problem in the 10 Towns is they're a loose confederacy, and he thinks it should be united under a single rule, aka him, to better it's if I explain it, it'll just sound anticlimactic, but
he wants to try and unite the 10 towns under one banner and create like a fascist resolution the Dales, I assume.
You guys just want to create
right.
a country.
If you see what's happening with the fucking Targos, they apparently the fucking town speaker doesn't give a shit about the eternal winter and tries to get a hold of fucking good meat of all places. And Kendrick's really not doing anything ever since he's elected. Kale thinks Kendrick's using this position as a fucking retirement plan after all of his adventures, and it's not fair to the citizens.
So he wants to make Russia?
No!
Meanwhile, the people of Goodmead adore Kendrick.
Yeah.
And the town went to shit as soon as he was gone.
Yeah.
It's not fair to the people of Goodmead. What do you mean, having a good leader that everyone likes?
No.
I just noticed.
I just thought that was funny.
He's trying to... Yeah. I see the irony.
Yeah.
I pointed out multiple times in my writing.
God, do not let Burra find out about that. I do not want to kill another one of your characters, Ghost.
He's trying to be more subtle about it, like more diplomatically.
Yeah.
Because Mint has done that before.
And Burra will fucking kill him if he does it. If he tells them.
It does depend on how. Like, it's not just going to be, Kendrick isn't speaker anymore. Guess what, Cal? 12 damage.
I already have some fucking quotes or writings. If Burra, tries to, yeah.
Alright, Cal, today I'm gonna teach you what it's like to be in orbit.
He might not even do anything about the unification thing. He'll probably you'll find out soon. You'll find out soon, right, Astra?
Just be careful. One wrong step and Kale could end up suffocating in cold vacuum of space after Burra fucking puts him out of the atmosphere. Just fucking
I'm not gonna
giants.
try to kill.
Sorry, Kale.
Just to keep in mind, I'm not gonna kill any of you.
Said that. Boom.
Another thing you gotta worry about is if the Frostmaiden thing goes too far, Teal might decide, alright, fuck this warlord time. And that's gonna be brutal,
I hope so.
Teal Genghis Khan's the Dale.
also sort of semi have a plan for if Teal goes to Berserk.
Hmm.
Like, that's why I was asking about Father Lick.
About who?
Exactly.
No, like I didn't hear what you said.
Father Limerick.
Father Limerick.
Yeah, the father of women's.
What? No.
Anyway. You know,
And
just...
I was gonna ask you about like the Lady of Lactony share, like to Teal. I mean,
Yeah.
Lady of Lactony share to in like previous session. Because
Ask
I'm trying to
Teal about the lady or the lady about Teal?
Lady of Lactony share to Teal.
Yeah,
Because
there's a lot of weird
Teal's
ice
like
ladies
Batman.
nowadays.
No, you're not gonna try me.
Contingency plans are
again.
important.
I need to ask
This
this
is gonna be
weird
the
ice
second
witch about
game.
the other weird ice witch.
Girls,
Yeah.
you're not playing Batman again. It's gonna be a second time.
What do you mean again?
Hey,
This is your second time as a spellcaster trying to be Batman in the campaign.
What do you mean?
the unforeseen did not
Which
get to do
sense?
much Batman shit. Batshit, man. Batman shit.
Was
Man.
that what you're talking about, Coke?
I still want to be in a game with Corral
The
as he
Unforeseen.
becomes the unforeseen.
You try be Batman. In Archon. You
He
don't remember?
didn't try. I didn't.
I think he just
No,
went to
he
two
just
guys'
loves
house
it.
for information. I don't think he tried to be Batman.
You bought a grappling hook.
So,
I mean,
And you threw it in the ocean.
And then bought another grappling hook.
that's
comical.
technically what you said.
Comical, that proves nothing. I've bought several grappling hooks in my D&D time with this group. Am I Batman? Or any of my characters
You haven't
Batman?
thrown any of them into the ocean.
That shit crazy.
Oh yeah, and you
Freaky's too soon to speak.
convince Seek to go with you to try and stop some gang.
I was so sad.
A band. That's not Batman. You don't want.
You wanted me to
start a band.
but
I feel so
What?
bad for what happened with Sieg. He was knocking on a cardboard door with no hinges. Just
Yeah.
fell right over.
I had fun playing Seek, but he didn't really fit the party.
No, I meant like he was
God.
the like fortune interactions.
Yep, I know.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm gonna
Oh,
interact
damn it.
with Freaky's character. It's like, oh no, you did the one thing that makes fortune avoid people.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have rolled a natural 20 on charisma check.
I know. She's too charismatic.
God damn it, Samantha! Why'd you have to be my wife? I would have wooed the fuck out of Fortune if you weren't there.
Poor,
No, Cullen's...
you feel the cold hard steel of a gun on the back of your head.
No, I'm thinking about... Cullen's damaged boy.
Yeah.
Craigsaw...
Damaged.
Yeah, Craigsaw warned her about damaged boys. Orion's damaged boy, too.
Oh, you
that's
mean
why
like mentally?
Yeah, just damaged.
Sorry?
Orion's damaged boy, too. That's why she's not been making moves.
Yeah, you don't know, Colin. You know.
Yeah, an incredibly
I know.
important piece of advice that was given to Fortune by Craigsaw is, you have enough of your own baggage. Don't go chasing boys who have baggage to put on your shoulders.
I have a very damaged boy.
Good advice.
Back up.
She listened to that advice.
I have a very damaged boy for my backup.
Yeah. I have a lot of damage.
Damaged can mean
Brian's a
scars.
forever
And
virgin.
scars are badass.
No, I mean, like, just emotional damages.
Yeah. Emotional scars.
Yeah, you know, if you've come out of a family of daddy issues, mommy issues, abuse issues, body image issues, survival issues, all simultaneously, all at the exact same time, into a normal life. The last thing you need is to immerse yourself into like social interactions with people who have those issues that will drag you back in, whether they want to or not, just by having those issues around you. It's like how if you're an alcoholic, you don't go drinking with your friends.
Hey man, that's a little too close.
Rebecca has a pretty good home.
Yeah.
His mom and dad loves him.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, you know, there's a reason why the canonical character that I paired Fortune with for any, like, future, like, 200 years into the future campaigns is boring as fuck. It's literally, hello, I pay my taxes, very nice to meet you. The character.
Also, Colin's damaged. Like, he has a good family, and he's a noble. He has a wife and kid. Bring brothers back.
His
Also
first
seems alright.
reaction to getting his wife home after she was tortured and burned and had, like, one of her arms cut off was, you have to fix your hair.
You see, there's. He didn't canonically say that.
Mhm.
Ghost is a bitch. Colin is not.
Okay. Alright.
He also has
Who knows,
pyromania.
guys? Maybe all this time, Ghost has been playing a character, and because he has the imposter syndrome or some shit.
I don't fucking know. Why are we... I love how we make characters that are just meal tickets for therapists.
Because it's quirky.
It is. Good old Wretch. Good
God,
old
I wanna
Wretch.
have Wretch and Bartholomew in a game together.
Oh, it'd be interesting. Hold still. What are you doing? I'm scraping the crust off your ass for my jar of horrors.
Ow! Oh.
Get one of the boils. Good idea.
Oh, that feels good. Oh,
I've
do the feet.
Later. One moment, I've lanced it. Oh, there's a lot more coming out than I expected.
Get
The swamps of
get some of the crusty, crusty shit staying out of there.
Bartholomew strikes me as someone who'd have the swamps of Dagobah issue.
Sorry?
Oh, the swamps of Dagobah. Oh no.
Astro, did you not watch that video?
No.
I know that video. I know that story. Oh no.
On the channel Wang Internet History, the swamps of Dagobah. Look that up on YouTube.
You know what?
Of
Dagobah.
Like Star Wars Dagobah, I believe.
Dagoba, I think.
Dagobah.
Yeah, it should be the top thing.
Wang?
Justin Wang. Yep, Justin Wang.
Wang, yeah. The thumbnail should be like a very blonde man.
Reddit's grossest story, Tales from the Internet,
yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Yep. Go and have a watch.
It's the video with the host that makes me think. God
Fuck
damn,
off, Noom. I don't care about you.
God damn, maybe I would be willing for someone. The only man beautiful enough
his own band.
Make freaky question his heterosexuality.
Astro, does William follow you on Instagram?
No.
I don't think he even has an Instagram.
I swear.
No one will understand that reference, okay. I
have no idea what he is.
Yeah. I like how Payday's here. Payday's playing golf with your friends and is awake at this hour.
It's probably his sister.
Hmm.
Or someone. Probably a dog or something.
Everybody was harmed during the making of this session. The post-party wine. Okay, new character concept. Little girl with cinder block. I can't speak. I'm very stuttery. Like, today. I don't know. It's a new thing in general. I'm developing a stutter, it seems. I'm dying. My hopes and dreams, they're falling apart all around me. I'm losing the ability to speak. Not sleeping properly.
Oh. You should try to be a writer. It sounds like a perks of a writer.
I don't know. I could probably be good at writing. You've seen me write.
Write slow. It's
I was referring to the many times Freaky has dumped like a 500-word essay worth of lore about a character on you all.
Hey, Astra, question. If, you know, I've talked about, like, commonality with, the key is out.
Man, Ghost is dead.
Sorry?
I can't believe it.
You're very robot.
Oh,
Fix your connection.
bing bong. Am I a robot right now?
Not right now.
Alright. Yeah, I said, like, you've heard me talk about Tyler Kill with what he carries out, like a unification plan. But I already somewhat have made foundations for it.
And with that, I'm going to end the stream and start it up again if William appears.